All right, today I'm going to show you guys that are newer to Madden. Believe it or not, there are newer players to Madden 23. They're getting it on sale or just want to learn the damn game in general before the next one drops. So today I'm going to show you guys a defense that's going to be able to work in Madden 24 the same exact way. It's something that I run to from time to time just to blend it in with everything else that I use in Madden 23. Now, it is going to be man defense, so pay attention as far as the adjustments that I show you and understand the idea and the concepts of the adjustments we're going to make. Before we get into it, drop a like. The full scheme to this $32 is in the members area, so become a member, get the subscription, because if the formation is just as good as it was in Madden 23, it's going to be good in Madden 24. All right, so let's talk about this. $32 Kansas City Chiefs defense playbook. What we need to do is we need to get the slow people out. Now, David is a really good linebacker. So it's one of those situations where, do you want speed or do you want someone to be able to stop the running back when he runs, right? Typically, when I run this formation, I'm expecting a pass. So I'm just going to take him out and put a strong safety in there. Now, as for my left outside linebacker, I'm going to take Nelson out and put Barrett because he's better. He's just off the roster in that position. And then White is a linebacker, which he's pretty good, but he's got like 92 speed. So we're good here. As far as cornerbacks, you can match up speed if you want. Now, you could come over here and you could change your cornerbacks to speed if you want. The fastest cornerback will match up versus the fastest receiver. So you can attempt that, try that if you want. But if you're still getting cooked, go back to a balance. For now, I'm going to leave it on speed just so we can see what happens. And the name of the play we're going to be talking about is the cover 2-man linebacker blitz. Now, there's different variations. There was glitchy stuff that we would run with this cover 2 linebacker blitz. But before we start, auto defensive play call to off, because I want to make sure that my user's in the exact same spot every single time. I don't want them to flip. However, there is an adjustment that I do make, and I'll show you guys what I mean. So I'm going to turn this off and leave this by speed. And then our flats, we're going to leave them to default for now, but we're going to be messing with these a lot as far as the play goes. So cover 2 linebacker blitz, we'll go ahead and go against, typically, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but let's go ahead and go against something that runs to the outside, so bench, right? Okay, so initially, what you need to do is you need to understand how cover 2-man works, all right? And its shading properties and stuff like that. So if you have 2 deep blues, your defense assumes that it has help over the top. So what does this mean? On a stock cover 2-man defensive setup, your cornerbacks will play underneath and possibly inside. I think it's underneath, inside, or it could just be underneath, but underneath coverage, which means these guys are going to be playing underneath routes because they don't care if they get beat over the top, because you have the deep paths at the top of the screen ready to slow anything else down. So for what I like to do is I just like to press wire triangle left stick down, and then I will reshade underneath. So wire triangle right stick down for underneath. Sometimes you have to do that, especially like in cover 1, man. Cover 1, it's over the top shading. I'll go into that in the next video, but over the top shading is stock, it's standard with that defense. However, in most situations, you have to reshade over the top. So right here, now, what we can do, you got to understand also, is that we have a 3-man pass rush right here. So it's not that good. Unless you have, like, you're using the Chargers and you have edge threats, then it's really good. But right now, it's not good. We only have Barrett. These guys really can't do much. However, we can help the situation by playing right here and engaging 1v1. So if we're here, the chances of there being 1v1s on the outside are pretty great. Maybe on the left side, maybe not the right side. It just depends on how they treat Vea. And another thing is Vea's pretty good at stopping anything that's inside. So in inside zone, if he doesn't get double teamed, so if you think it's inside zone, you can actually pinch the D-line and then crash them down like this. Left on the D-pad, right stick down for slanted side. I still say crash them down because it used to be crash middle. Now it's not. But let's just go for the sake of passing. We're going outside. We're going to go ahead and crash outside. Let's assume we know they're passing. Right stick up for slant outside, so I get outside angles for my pass rush, and then I pass commit. RB/R1 right stick up for pass commit. That'll ignore any play actions and stuff like that, and these guys will not adjust to their run fits or whatever the defense you pick is running with run fits. So cover 4 drop, the safeties come down the middle. Cover 2, the outside cloud flats come to the inside. So you got to be careful with that. All right, so once he snaps the ball, simple. I just pick up whatever I can that I think is going to get open. I use white. Boom, right here in the middle. You'll see that the flat got open. That's bench. Remember, bench goes to the outside. So what can we do? Okay, so you can try, if you think they're going to be running stuff like that, a lot on, you can press and then shade to the right outside. right stick to the right, and just see if you get that. And let's see what happens. Snap the ball, come inside. Still outside is open. You see that? You're getting cooked on the outside with this defense. However, you can slow that all down. And this is where we take it to the next step. This is where the zone drops come in. So the only way I would run a cover 2 man underneath like that is if it's 4th down and they need like 3 or 4 yards, right? I'll just attempt to run the cover 2 man and just see if they pick them up underneath without giving up the deep ball. However, you can come to your flats and set them to 5, okay? Run the same play against bench. I don't know how good it'll react, but it's supposed to. We're gonna press like we did the last time. This time we're gonna shade over the top, wire triangle, right stick up for over the top. The reason we're gonna do that is because we're actually gonna take these guys and we're going to put them on cloud flats. So shade down, shade up, turn them into cloud flats. How do you do that? Wire triangle, right stick down for underneath. You get hard flats, wire triangle, right stick up over the top, RS. Now what's gonna happen in your game is your opponent's gonna see that and he thinks he can bomb it over your head. Now, if they have a Tyreek Hill, chances are they can bomb it over your head, regardless if you shade over the top. But the shading principles with over the top are supposed to stop anything that goes over your head. They're supposed to play above the receiver. Let's see what happens now with this bench play, with this cloud flat setup, and let's just see if 5 yards was enough to slow everything down. Right there, you'll just see that everything was pretty much locked up. So I'm trying to give you guys the jewels on how to slow that down. Again, remember, we brought these guys down, we put them in the cloud flats. He sits out there, now he's waiting for this out route, right? And you can run this on 4th down, 4th and 5. You think they'll be running bench or anything outside, but you're able to slow these down. Now, where you have your problem, I don't know why I got that, but where you have your problem is now you have to worry about this guy, right? If you're playing with Mike Evans and you have Tom Brady, you're gonna highball this over the top and you're gonna catch it about right here over the top of their head. So you'll highball because with Brady's ability with the THP, right? He can throw that accurately on a high pass. This guy can do absolutely nothing about it. Now I will play the chess game to where I will allow this one time, let him see it, and then I'll come back and I'll play the coverage, okay? As I do a lot of the time. Now, another thing you can do, let's just assume it is a Mike Evans, right? Let's come over here, choose new play. We can change our curl flats to about 25, okay? 25 like this. And let's just assume that is Mike Evans on that side, right? And let's just assume that's who he's looking for. So since we set our curl flats, we can press shade over the top, put this guy into a cloud first, shade down, shade up, and then put this guy into a curl flat. So now we have this setup, right? We can QB contain if it's a mobile QB, RB or R1 twice. We can pass commit and play the line here. And now let's just see how the curl flat plays against that corner. What I can do if I think it's bench, I'll jump to this guy. This will be my user. And everybody's just getting picked up good. Now the underneath throws, that's just the thing in this game. I don't think anyone can stop that, honestly. But let's just look at the defense and see what the coverage did as far as the corner route outside. The curl flat is jumping out there at 25. Now he's still able to get past. So you may have to, and I'm not even lying to you guys, if you can't get this guy to sit back further or play it better, then you're gonna have no choice but to put this guy in a cloud, put this guy in a deep half like this, and bring him down to the side, okay? You can even press this guy and then shade over the top. Matter of fact, you can even take him. It doesn't even have to be the deep half, right? It could be the inside third. It could be I don't know why he went to a spot, an inside quarter, right? Things like that if you think he's gonna go that way. But I'm just gonna leave him on the deep half like this. And let's just see how he plays it from this situation. Boom, I'm gonna play the outside. There goes this guy, and just perfect. The zone breaks in this game. By the time, if he doesn't have gunslinger, by the time he throws that, my guy that's on the deep half right here is actually going to be able to make a play on that corner route, okay? Now, the further down you bring him, the better he plays everything that's outside to the corner. This is why, against tight formations, we use the cover 4 drop, which I'll explain that video to you newer Madden players in the coming days. So stay tuned for that. There's a defense that I use for tight formations as the one we saw, but I hope this shed some light on you guys. Remember that if you're going to be using your deep halves into blues and play underneath, you have to shade over the top or you're going to get cooked on a streak. If you're going to keep the deep halves, you shade underneath and play it that way. So take this, practice it, add more stuff, add your own little twists and turns to it, man, and just make it better. Drop a like. Love you guys, man. Peace.